guest, Richard Fitzwilliams. He's a royal commentator, joins us right now. Good morning to you, Richard.
Good morning.
Thank you very much indeed. Look, got a couple of old, we're not the biggest supporters of the monarchy in this room. And I know an awful lot of our audience will be shouting at me going, oh, come on, you miserable old thing, these are wonderful days. But I do love a bit of pomp and ceremony, and it's one of the things that we do brilliantly in this country. And at least tomorrow we're going to be doing this for a happier occasion than last time. Of course, we saw this magnificent ceremony for the very sad event of the Queen's death. But tomorrow is going to be on that sort of scale, isn't it?
Tomorrow absolutely is. You're quite right. And what's fascinating is the way that the service, of course, ritual, changed little down the centuries. I mean, it goes back to 973 AD when King Edgar was crowned in Bath. And certainly you've also got diverse touches, contemporary congregation, very different from 1953 when the Queen was crowned. But also, you're absolutely right to make the point about the way we do this and the precision and the colours, and the fact also that on this occasion, what's being done, and I think it's an excellent idea, other heads of state which weren't asked before to British coronations. I mean, we've got 200 countries. Every country we have diplomatic relations with, minus certain ones, Russia, Belarus.
Yeah. Yes, if we're at war with you, then we're not invited. But I would have thought it was obvious that we would have those those heads of state invited. Of course, in the case of Joe Biden, his wife Jill is attending, and of course, Vice President of China, the man who led this sort of crackdown on pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong, controversially also attending. But there's still big question marks about some attendees. Of course, Prince Harry flying over, we understand, today, and then flying back out again tomorrow. Either very convenient flights on, I don't know, Ryanair, but my guess is it's a private jet. Meghan, of course, not coming. Do we know yet whether Prince Harry is going to appear on the balcony, and do we know where he's going to be sitting in the Abbey?
Well, the answer is officially we don't know, but I mean, it'll be with the family in the Abbey. That's, I think, for sure. But as far as the balcony is concerned, it's for working royals, and whereas we don't know who's going to appear, I can assure you that everybody thinks Harry won't be, and he won't be because he shouldn't be. The amount of trouble that Harry and Meghan have caused the royal family just over the last few months, the Netflix docu-series in December, Spare published his memoir and all those endless interviews, constant endless attacks. If they could only do something constructive with their lives, I mean, King Charles will want both his sons at this particularly special occasion.
I mean, it would be a much bigger statement if he wasn't there. And of course, we know, he's still got his HRH titles. His kids have got their titles. His shtick is to moan about the royals, but he still has to be associated with. Do you think when he appears, I mean, there'll be big cheers. By definition, most of the people, there'll be a small contingent of anti-monarchists and the eco-protesters and everyone else, but the vast majority of people will be pro-monarchist, pro-royalty, and very much pro-Charles and Camilla, although, again, we know lots of pro-monarchists not that keen on her. But do you think they'll be booing when Prince Harry is seen?
No, I don't think so. This isn't the way we do things, and I hope there isn't. But Harry, I think it's important to stress, this is going to be, as you were saying earlier on, a fabulously choreographed piece of theatre, as well as having deep religious meaning. Harry, in the theatre, will simply be an extra, a prominent one if you like, but he has no part to play in it, and quite honestly, there's not going to be a reconciliation.
No, it doesn't sound like it. He is, after all, as he makes point in his biography, he is the spare. Let's talk about, all these medals as well. We've got, millions of people are going to be watching, and hundreds of thousands are going to be taking part and have had a role in this. 400,000 coronation medals being handed out.
Yes, it's a special occasion, and this is for something for people who have connections with it. And I think it's a very good idea because people then remember it particularly, and you've actually got something to show for it, as well as your memories and, of course, your photographs, your videos and so on. I mean, parts or all of it are going to be seen by billions, quite literally around the world. Millions are going to participate. A whole series of polls have tried to prove that people aren't interested or whatever, and they're going to find out very, very differently over a weekend, where, of course, you've also got the concert, you've got big lunch, a community.
I'm going to say that I think they'll be helped with their viewing figures, because we're going to be showing it all here live on TalkTV, but the fact that it's expected to be pouring down with rain a lot of the time, if you're not actually there braving it with your anorak and your umbrella and your soggy corned beef sandwiches and your little Union flag, realistically, you know, there's not that much to do this on a miserable bank holiday weekend, and it's going to be the only thing on the telly. So a lot of those figures they're kind of skewed by the fact that they are, you know, it's everywhere.
You can't. One of the problems with the weather is you simply can't control it. No. You think of the 1953, where, of course, it absolutely poured. So one of the magnificent royal events ever staged, which, of course, launched television in this country, 27 million on television, only 11 million on the radio, 3 million in London. Were in London, and of course, this time it's partly cutting costs, but also for security reasons. As you know, the procession back is only a quarter the length that the Queen took. And of course, they'll be riding in the gold coach. Interesting that when William IV, who was a sailor, rode in the coach, he said that it made him feel seasick. And so I have to say, I think they'll be very grateful that they'll be in the Australian gifted Diamond Jubilee coach. En route to
I always, when I go out of an afternoon, I always take a different coach to and from wherever I'm going. I must ask, I'm obsessed with this. I don't know why I am, but I am obsessed with this Coronation quiche. We've been talking about it all week. Rupert Bell, our royal correspondent, says he thinks it's absolutely disgusting. Broad beans aren't even in season right now, though someone has just pointed out on Twitter to us, you do have frozen broad beans. But this quiche, instead of replacing coronation chicken from the Queen's coronation, a dish which, I mean, just it's become a staple, isn't it, on the the lunchtime picnic menu. But this coronation quiche, spinach, broad bean, and tarragon quiche. I'm not even willing to try it. The broad bean bit completely puts me off. Have you tried it, and what do you think of it?
I was just about to admit that I haven't tried it.
No.
I might try it. Coronation chicken's more my particular.
Yeah, I'd say we should have got Mike Graham. Mike Graham is a fantastic cook. He's had this wonderful tweets, these fantastic meals. We should have got him to make one and bring one in. Lovely to talk to you, Richard Fitzwilliams, royal commentator. Thank you very much indeed.